As the fourth largest country in the entire world, the United States is home to lots of major city centers, and many of these cities hold theme parks to entertain their residents and those weirdo roller coaster enthusiasts that decide to travel 10 hours out of their way to visit. Today I'll be going over what I view to be the 10 best cities in the United States for roller coasters, but before we get started I want to mention a few things. First, I'm only going to be counting parks that are actually in that city or metro population, so no parks that are like 2 or 3 hours away. I'm doing this to keep the criteria for the list much more simple, and then cities in places like the Northeast where there's a higher concentration of coasters scattered around aren't given such a huge advantage. Also, I'll only be listing places that have more than one park so that this doesn't turn into just a list of the best parks. Like, you won't see Sandusky, Ohio on this list. With that out of the way, let's get into part 1 of the list, the first 5. Starting out west, we have the Bay Area, which consists of San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, etc. And I'm counting this as one spot because it's all one metro area. This is one of those few places where you have a Six Flags and a Cedar Fair park competing side by side, those parks being California's Great America and Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Discovery Kingdom will generally give you a cheaper experience with plenty of great roller coasters, including the awesome 1-2 punch of Joker and Medusa. Plus, this is a unique Six Flags park because half the park, well maybe more than half, holds marine and wildlife exhibits that are great for families that want a wider range of experiences. It sort of makes the park feel like a bit of a combination of a Six Flags and a SeaWorld park. Then California's Great America is a bit different because it's generally the higher quality park and it's solely focused on the theme and water park. Which I should mention, CGA has a water park and Discovery Kingdom does not. California's Great America features the widely considered better 1-2 punch of Gold Striker and Royal Blazer. Those two parks are great and they're your headliners, but outside that you also have Sonoma Traintown Railroad, Pixieland Amusement Park, the Oakland Zoo, the Happy Hollow Zoo, and the beautiful Gilroy Gardens, all featuring family coasters. Staying out on the west coast, I next of course have to mention Los Angeles, probably neck and neck with that one Florida city for the best that you're going to find on this list for parks. In the Los Angeles area, your first major coaster park is Six Flags Magic Mountain. You could make the argument that Magic Mountain has the best collection of roller coasters in the world, as they have 20 of them, the most in the world, but it's not just quantity. They have the quality too, as numbers 1 through 16 all look to be quality rides. Knott's Berry Farm is another great park for coasters that offers an amazing 1-2 punch, and of course this park is so much more than just the coasters. They also offer other experiences such as the highly immersive Ghost Town. You then of course have your signature theme parks in Universal Studios Hollywood, Disneyland, and Disney California Adventure. All three of these parks are incredible in their own unique ways and all offer very different, very expensive experiences.
Zooey Mama!
Then for smaller parks, you also have the iconic Pacific Park at Santa Monica Pier, also Adventure City, Castle Park, and the soon-to-open Speed Zone. Now moving east, the great state of Texas, I want to highlight San Antonio. Like the Bay Area, there are two major parks I want to highlight here, but this time it's a Six Flags park and a SeaWorld park. First, we have a Six Flags park that with its recent improvements has jumped out to be arguably a top-tier Six Flags park in Fiesta, Texas. They are yet another park that features an amazing 1-2 punch, this time with a duo of Wonder Woman and Iron Rattler. Then you also have one of the best supporting casts of any park once Dr. Doofenshmirtz's Divinator opens next year. Then the SeaWorld park I mentioned is, well, SeaWorld San Antonio. This park has somewhat of a mixed reputation, as does the SeaWorld company as a whole, but you cannot deny that this is a very nice park with a couple of amazing roller coasters. Steel Eel looks to be a tremendously underrated Morgan Mini Hyper, Texas Stingray is known to be an incredible GCI, and Great White is a Batman clone, so you already know that that's going to be awesome. Then also in the San Antonio area, you have one more smaller park that I should mention in ZDT's Amusement Park. This is an extremely small park, but they utilize the space they have in the best way possible. They are home to Switchback, a Gravity Group shuttle wooden coaster, currently the only shuttle wooden roller coaster in the world, and technically the only Woody with a 90-degree drop. Now moving up north, I want to highlight the Twin City metro area in Minnesota. The two big parks here are Valley Fair and Nickelodeon Universe. Valley Fair is a Cedar Fair park that might not get a whole ton of new additions, but they use their money they have in the best way possible. And they are still home to a few awesome coasters, including Renegade, what's considered to be one of the best, if not the best, GCI in North America. Nickelodeon Universe, as you might expect, is geared more towards families and has all those signature Nickelodeon characters like Avatar and SpongeBob. They are home to one of the best log flumes in the world, the Paul Bunyan themed log chute, and their signature coaster is SpongeBob SquarePants Rock Bottom Plunge, a solid Gerstlauer Eurofighter that features all the basics of that model. Those are the two big parks, but I should also mention there's a small park named Como Town in St. Paul that's attached to the Como Zoo, and that park features some family rides as well as an SBF Zyklon named Tiger Tracks. As there's not really a whole ton around there, Minneapolis serves as the amusement park destination for pretty much all of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, and western Wisconsin. Now moving about a 6-hour car ride down southeast, I want to highlight Chicago, our 5th and final city of part 1. Chicago's signature park is of course Six Flags Great America. Great America might have the most balanced collection of rides anywhere because if you name pretty much any category of ride, they have it covered, I guarantee you. They have a total of 15 coasters including the incredible top 3 of Goliath, Max Force, and Raging Bull. How do you think these should rank? Let me know down in the comments below. Beyond Six Flags Great America, you also have 6 smaller locations that all have at least one roller coaster, those being Bankston's Pumpkin Farm, Scene 75 Entertainment, Safari Land, Sunny Acres Farm, Onesti's Wild West Town, and probably the best of the bunch, Santa's Village Amusement Park. Six Flags Great America of course carries Chicago, but all these smaller parks are great for families. So that's about gonna wrap up part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 where I will give 5 more cities that are great stops for roller coasters. With that said, leave any suggestions, thoughts, or video ideas down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.